let's talk Aquaman. Okay, so I just came back from seeing Aquaman over at Cinebistro because, I've kind of gotten tired of the whole Regal Cinema rigmarole where it's like, find a seat if you can type of deal. And if you do find a seat, it's generally down in front, and you're having to do this for 2.5 hours. And I'm tired of my neck hurting after I go back from the movies and everything, so I started paying the extra couple bucks and started seeing it at Cinebistro, but where I saw it is completely irrelevant. So, Aquaman, when I knew Aquaman was going to get a standalone movie, I kind of laughed, because, let's be fair, Aquaman has been a joke for a number of years, as being a completely useless superhero, having the most ridiculous powers ever. I believe the show on HBO, Entourage, made fun of it for God knows how long, of like, oh, so-and-so is going to be in the Aquaman movie, and ha 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 ha. This has been the greatest depiction of this character I've ever seen in my life. It's better than his times he was in the animated series on Justice League and Superman. It was better than his representation in Injustice. It was better than most of the books, and it was even better than the DC animated universe, where they did like Justice League, The Throne of Atlantis, although that was incredibly good as well. This, it was just an absolute pleasure to watch. It really, really was. It had some good dialogue. It had some very funny moments. Aqua Bro is kind of back in full swing. They didn't take the movie too seriously, which I think is a good thing, because after you've had Jason Momoa playing Aqua Bro throughout Justice League, turning that dial and making him go super serious like the majority of the DC universe likes to do would have been a really bad move, in my opinion. Now, though, there were a couple scenes, mostly in the second act, that did kind of drag a little bit, but thankfully, a lot of it was saved with some quippy dialogue that actually wound up making you laugh, or it wound up having a over-the-top action sequence that wound up kind of just breathing some life into the scene, which I thought was really, really good. Characters were well developed. Obviously, the majority of the focus is on Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman. A lot of that is mainly focused on him. They didn't touch on Mira too much, although she did get a touch of backstory. Black Manta got... he kind of got the speedball treatment. Like, here's his origin story the first 5 minutes into the film, and then we'll see you again in Act 2, and then that's going to be it. The focus, antagonist-wise, was very much Orm, which is Aquaman's brother, who becomes Ocean Master. I thought he did a very good job. I believe Patrick Wilson is who played him. It's the guy that played Night Owl in Watchmen. And I thought he did an excellent performance. True to form in most movie fashion, they waited until the third act to put the mask on him, put the helmet on him, to where he actually looked like Ocean Master. And his kind of deal throughout this whole situation is he wanted to unite the other kingdoms of Atlantis under one banner, so he could declare war on the surface world. Now, I won't touch on that too much, but he does have supporting characters that are around him all the time. For the majority of the movie, in Dolph Lundgren, who is one of the other kings from the opposing kingdoms that decides to ally himself with Orm. And then you have Ortis, something like that. I want to say that was his name, Nudius Ortis, something like that. But he's played by Willem Dafoe, and he acts kind of like the royal vizier, the advisor to the king, who Orm is currently playing the role of. He is kind of like the current king of Atlantis, because how they depict this movie, Arthur Curry's never been to Atlantis before in his life. He's never been there. He's only heard stories. And this royal vizier that Willem Dafoe plays, he kind of plays advisor while at the same time, in secret, has been coming to the surface and training Arthur Curry as he's grown up, and kind of has told him things about Atlantis, told him things about what he is as being half Atlantean, what the Atlantean Empire did to his mother, and all this different sorts of things, which I feel like they did very well in some of the flashbacks. Some of the flashbacks blended in very nicely together, and none of it really felt like knee-jerk or like, oh, well, okay, I guess we're here now. I thought it was all done really, really well. I think the biggest strength to this movie was ultimately what everyone thought was going to be its downfall, is this guy, James Wan, I believe his name is, he went into this movie with every intention of making a comic book movie, or making something that's a little more on the sci-fi side of things. And given the scenery and the setting that Aquaman has, that worked out perfectly. If they tried to run this like they did Batman v Superman, or how they tried to do Man of Steel, I really feel like this would have fallen flat on its face. But the fact that it was very colorful, very vibrant, and definitely funny, it was definitely funny, really, really saved this movie. And I haven't seen a superhero movie tied to DC at least. I haven't seen a movie this good since Wonder Woman. The rest of them have just kind of been okay, but Wonder Woman, like, knocked it out of the park. And I've been waiting for that next movie to just knock it out of the fucking park, and thankfully Aquaman did that. The movie that everyone expected to just be the most wretched of the bunch wound up being one of the best, and I couldn't be happier about it. So don't take my word for it. It just came out. Go see Aquaman. It's totally worth the $8 or $12, depending on where you go to see it. And you're definitely going to be glad you did. But thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate the support. As always, let me know what you thought about Aquaman down below if you've seen the movie already. Leave a comment down below and I'll reply to them as usual. And if you like what you watched, please, by all means, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon. That way you always know when I have new content for you to watch. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We still got Into the Spider-Verse and Bumblebee left to review, so I hope you're looking forward to those as well. Take care.